Hey guys, so the reason I'm making this video today, if you haven't guessed from my Ravenclaw robes, is to talk about one of my favorite people in the entire world, my idol, my queen, everything. Whenever I say she, people know I'm talking about her, and that is J.K. Rowling. She has just impacted my life in such a huge way. I am so sorry, Joe, that the internet has been giving you so much shit lately because you do not deserve it. You do not deserve any of it. I think that she's wonderful, I think she's brilliant. Here's a video on all my reasons why.
Oh my gosh, look what's come out!
I got Ravenclaw!
Hello, Sarah Jane.
This is my life. So the first big reason for me is that when I read the Harry Potter series for the first time back in 2004, 2005 probably, it's been so long since I've read it that I just can't remember the first time I've read it because it all just blurs together for me. It's been my entire life. I was just blown away by this magical world and all these characters, how this woman has a plan for literally every single book. Nothing she puts in her books is not deliberate. Everything she puts is for a reason. It's for a series that she'll make 20 years later with Fantastic Beasts, whether it's for plot continuity reasons in the next few books like Deathly Hallows, or whether it's just this one little clue that she puts in Sorcerer's/Philosopher's Stone that will play a huge role in Half-Blood Prince or Deathly Hallows. It's just insane how this woman can plan so meticulously to have everything make sense. It's because she inspired me to write. Without her, I highly doubt that I would be the same person that I am today, because Harry Potter is such a huge part of my life. I don't think that any of the other fandoms I'm in would have inspired me to write that much, except maybe Doctor Who. J.K. Rowling's story is just so personal and so inspiring to me. Some of you guys might have no idea what I'm talking about, so I'll explain it right now. Basically, J.K. Rowling started out homeless. She had a divorced marriage that imploded, and she had a daughter. She was living on her own in London. I think it was London. It was either London or Scotland. She was on the brink of homelessness. When she wrote the series, she was rejected 12 times. Finally, her book was published. She became one of the most popular authors in the entire world. I didn't expect it is the thing. She's so humble about it, and I saw a video a few days ago that was her visiting her old room where she was living when she was homeless. She sees a set of Harry Potter books, and she just bursts into tears because it's even imagine being in that situation and the way that she pulled herself out of it. She said in the video that if she could come back, like if everything disappeared, she would probably still be in that room, and that's just haunting to think about. The reason I love J.K. Rowling is because I know she hasn't tweeted much lately, and I can't say that I blame her. I love her tweets, I love her sense of humor, I love her wit. I feel like my own wit and sense of humor is built largely around hers because she's who I grew up with, she's who I grew up reading. I just identify so much with Harry because of his sass. Her characters have flaws just like every other human, but that's what makes them so funny is because they don't realize that they're funny, and she doesn't realize that she is so funny when she tweets these things. I'm just tweeting them as like a sarcastic response, and I'm falling out of my chair at 2 a.m. laughing. The best thing when she's still tweeted. So Joe, please come back to Twitter. I am so sorry that you missed the Battle of Hogwarts Day, but I totally understand. The way that the internet has just been treating you lately is cruel. Just because you're an author doesn't mean that you don't have feelings. The way that your past has influenced your life so much, people should take that more into account when they attack you. I don't know why they're attacking you in the first place. It's so dumb to me that an author can't be allowed to share more information about her universe that we didn't know already. Anything that J.K. Rowling says is canon. Some people might have issues with it. I don't. I think that if it was George Lucas or if it was Stephanie Meyer, any other author it would be perfectly acceptable, but when it's J.K. Rowling, everybody gets all frenzied about everything, and I don't understand. I really don't get it. I guess my main reason that I love J.K. Rowling is because without her, I would not be who I am today. Of Cursed Child and Fantastic Beasts. Some Potterheads think that these series aren't necessary, that they change canon, or any number of things. I personally loved Cursed Child as a stage play. I cannot stress this enough. When I read the script, it didn't seem like Harry Potter. It didn't feel she had written it. It's because she didn't. She didn't write it. It was written by John Tiffany and Jack Thorne. She approved it because it was in her world. I know some things were out of character. I know time travel stuff may not have been entirely possible, but as a theater theater production works so well. And I say this because there's this one sequence where Harry is watching his parents be murdered. They bounce their voices all around the auditorium. You hear their screams, and Voldemort walks into the audience. The characters on stage just look at you like, why aren't you doing anything? There's this couple being murdered, Harry's parents, why aren't you doing anything? You're just sitting there trapped in your seat like, I literally can't. It was just so powerful. And being on the Fantastic Beasts series, I think it's an extremely relevant topic to be talking about this time. I think the political awareness of Hitler's ideals, and Grindelwald is preaching supposedly for the greater good, but when you listen to his words, you just realize that his structure kind of falls apart. I loved Kaiser Grindelwald. I loved it. It was a huge manipulation game. I was manipulated by Grindelwald's false words. The bomb literally dropped. My jaw was on the floor. And I love Newt Scamander, I love Tina, I love Credence. The thing about J.K. Rowling's characters that's so relatable is that they're all flawed humans. Nobody wants to watch the hero, I know, righteous and nothing's wrong with them, straight A hero. Like, that's kind of boring. We've seen that already with the Avengers, we've seen it in countless superhero movies. And what I love about J.K. Rowling is that she creates characters who you could easily see yourself in that scenario, and they represent what you would do. So another reason why I love her is because, like I said, she inspired me to write. I wrote an entire series, Harry Potter fanfiction, that ended up being about 200 chapters long and somehow got 80k reads. I just identified with the character of Severus Snape so much because, like I said, he's an outcast. I knew that there was something about him from the beginning, and I knew she wouldn't just include something there for no reason. Another reason I love her is because of her pseudonym Robert Galbraith. I love Mr. Galbraith. I adore his books. Strike and Robin are the new Ron and Hermione. She's so talented. She's so imaginative. I feel so bad for her because she was planning to release at least 3 books to the public before people realized it was her. But that didn't happen. I did actually read Robert Galbraith before it was revealed that it was J.K. Rowling. And I was like, wait a minute, this sounds very familiar, this writing structure, this plot structure. I wonder. And then my suspicions were proved to be correct. I just love J.K. Rowling. If you guys can leave comments and words of support for her down below, that would be amazing. And I will sign off now.